Well, for the people that aren't familiar with Brass Lion, let's give them a brief intro to it. We've chatted about them multiple times before, and we
they know we have. Don't forget, they know we have because
sure.
they blocked both of us.
I'm sure. Yeah, oh yeah, they blocked me. Yeah. But this is something that I think both of us saw coming, and it's like now it's here. Like this was one of those we saw like way off in the distance that we're driving towards. Like eventually we'll get to when it comes closer to them doing something, that here it is. So why don't you give people a little bit of a like just an overview of who this Evan Narcisse guy is and who Brass Lion is?
So Brass Lion is a like they're hard to explain. They don't really have any games. Like this is their first like game. Like, but they were a studio that kind of like associated with Sweet Baby Inc. right from the beginning. And basically what ended up happening here is that there was a game that they were planning to make, which they had apparently was supposed to come out like, or they've been working on for like years now. And they just never released anything on it. They didn't update their website. They didn't do whatever. And, you know, you heard their name mentioned. I think they were one of the ones that Sweet Baby Inc. removed from their thing like very quickly. But it was kind of weird because you kind of like didn't hear much about these people, and suddenly they're getting like they were like involved with like Xbox, and it was an Xbox exclusive, and then it was leaked. The name of their game was like codenamed Project Shaolin. And what's funny is I clarified in this clip here that this is an interview with Evan Narcisse, who actually, I'll give him some credit. He actually has written some like comics, some Marvel comics like in the past. Like, so he's involved actually not just with this game, but he's also involved with the Wolverine game as well. The one that we know that Sweet Baby Inc. is involved with. It looks like they updated their website finally. So
I was just going to say, I've not seen this new update. So
yeah. But basically their game's out, and apparently by letting people know about it, because someone tipped me off that it was mentioned in the Summer Games Fest, because I wasn't really paying that much attention, and I realized that I'm like, oh, okay, so make a post, and that was pretty much it. And I had already planned to make a video on it at some point, and I kind of just, you know, when we kind of had the other big video that kind of we decided to go with instead, I think that was a better choice. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of didn't go with it, and because of that, you know, I still had that clip like ready to go, like in a folder somewhere, whatever. I'm like, okay, I might as well like include it to like prove that, you know, what I'm saying is true, whatever. And that's kind of what I did. And so these people are involved with this game, and it's weird because of the like, it's a Wu-Tang game. So you kind of understand that it's going to be a bit more, it's going to have like more diversity in it just based off of that and kind of things like that. But as you can see, it says Restore Shaolin. Like that's what the name of the project. It was Project Shaolin until it was named this game. So
gotcha.
But yeah, that's kind of where we're at now, is that they came up with this. Again, Evan's been involved in plenty of different things, and I haven't read any of his like comics as far as I can know. So maybe they're good. But you know, he's involved with Sweet Baby Inc. and he was literally on an interview literally in March of this year with Kim and Cameron, and that's when that clip comes from. So it's people were saying like, oh, maybe they were involved in the beginning and they're gone now, right? And I'm like, well, no. Like this is a like this year March. Like this is not a maybe. Yeah, my bird's making a lot of noise. I'll get to in a minute for some reason. I don't know why he doesn't like when there's noise and he doesn't understand what's going on.
Well, let's take a listen to what this guy says here, just for context of what you were saying. Here we go.
Currently at Brass Lion, I'm one of the writers and there, designers working on a game that we're making. Kim and Cameron both work on it in a consulting capacity. Currently at Brass Lion.
That's pretty much what he says. Just the same thing over and over. To be fair, it was kept taken out of a much longer stream. So I just kind of had it ready to go because I was planning to make a video on it, kind of because I found the X-Men connection, which to be fair, is no longer available. Evan has deleted that post about it, but when you are someone who's known even a little bit in comics and stuff like that, literally people will cover you when you post things. So luckily for me, somebody covered it, and I was able to see that not only did he announce that he was involved with it, but he announced specifically that he was working on it with Kim Belair specifically. So it was kind of interesting.
Man, this Kim Belair really has a way of finding herself everywhere with these companies, doesn't she?
Yep.
So what was this here? A Nair Design speaker series? Is this them just?
So that's the stream. The video's unlisted. It's one of the. So to be fair, it's where we got our scoop about Cameron Wild mentioning how that they battered the studio again and again. It's the same stream. But Evan, as you can see, Narrative Riot Brassline Entertainment. This is literally, as you can see, if you want to even click the link to the video, you can see exactly when it was uploaded. So it was literally 2 months ago. So this is not a old clip that I found, from 5 years ago, or a podcast about Bowser from 5 years ago. This is literally from 2 months ago. So this is not
strange. Who would upload a video that's an hour and 6 minutes long and unlisted?
Well, because they upload all of their videos, okay? But this is the only one, as far as I know, that is unlisted. I wonder why.
That's curious.
And I want to say something. I want to say something. I think it's very important to mention this. We should both actually say hi to Kim and everybody right now, because I have now 100% proof that they watch.
Oh, hi, Kim.
Because tip for you guys, when we post about you doing stuff, and then you delete your posts announcing that you were doing it on LinkedIn, do you not think that I don't see this stuff? Like, I see everything you do at this point. You really think at this point you would kind of go, maybe we don't want to delete evidence after we've posted. So yes, your posts that you made about it that you conveniently deleted, hi, we see you.
Right. So what's the deal with this Wu-Tang Clan game that's coming out?
I'll be honest, it's hard to explain. It was a tie-in for like a movie. It was supposed to be like a tie-in for a movie, and I don't know if the movie's coming out. Yeah, I don't know if the movie's coming out. I think it's funny, the name of the game, like Rise of the Deceiver, and it's like you were kind of trying to deceive us. So
Yep.
It kind of works, I guess. But like, I mean, look, I have no issue personally with this game. It's not like I'm gonna go, hey, this game is terrible, don't buy it. But
I don't know. Gothic Therapy's Steam Curator group says, hey, don't buy it. Well, yeah,
I did that. I said I didn't recommend it. But the thing is, if somebody, that's why I said vote with your wallets, because people seem to think that for some reason I was saying like, oh, don't buy this game, and if you buy it, you're a bad person. And it was like, no, you can do whatever you want with your money. Like, I'm just gonna say, hey, this is what you should know this, and if it's something that is a deal breaker for you, then don't buy it. And if
to be honest, like, I'm looking at it, I know it's very limited, but it looks like the kind of game that has potential. Now, I mean,
it does.
The realist in me knows better, but
well, look, we have to recognize that there have been games that Sweet Baby Inc. have worked on that have looked okay, right? Like, they've been involved with like God of War, involved with other games that looked okay. It had okay elements to them. It's not like we're saying everything they touch becomes unplayable, right? So the idea that this game, and to be fair, it's been in works for a while, so clearly there's been a lot of work put on it. I do find it interesting that recently, right, we know that they said not that long ago, the last time I was on with you, we covered that they had done layoffs to focus on their game.
Yes, we talked about that. It was hysterical. We're going to let you go to focus more on our game that we need you for.
But that's what's weird, Smash, is because this game came out a couple months later, maybe? Like, so what exactly did they have to do that they needed to focus on?
It's not out yet, though. Just the trailer.
Well, yes, but like, it clearly is in a further along state. So like,
well, is it though?
Well, further along, if you hear people are laying off to focus on your game, you don't think, oh, they must be at a point where they have a trailer. You kind of think, maybe they're having trouble with direction and stuff like that. Maybe that's a problem. I'm not saying it's not possible, but
I would say, based off my experience in the industry and what I've seen other companies do before, There's nothing in this trailer that proves to me that the game is further along than just a tech demo to make
Fair
a trailer.
enough. Fair
Like-
enough. But then the question I would have then is, what have they been doing for the past like 5 years where they had this game into this game? Again, I think Project Shaolin leaked like almost 5 years ago. So like, what have they been doing since then? I mean, I could be wrong about 5 years. I know it's definitely a couple years. Don't quote me on it, but it's definitely not something that, you know, it was announced and then worked on for like a year or two, and now we get a trailer. Like, this was something that's been in the works for a while, as we even discussed. I know that we brought up Brass Lion a long time ago, even before last time I was on here, and we kind of looked at them and went, this is weird, you know, whatever. Oh, they have a game announced and it hasn't been updated in a while, right?
Well,
And then
I'll say back then when we first started talking about it, I was like, yeah, this is never coming out. They're not
exactly.
Yep. So this is already further than I thought they'd get. But go on. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's pretty much what I wanted to say.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we don't have a release date, a price, or any information regarding this game, and the trailer itself does not prove anything outside of maybe they're just being secretive and have a great game on their hands. But realistically, it strikes me as, let's make a trailer to try to sell this idea to get investment dollars from someone. That's what this
maybe.
is for me.
That could be, but then the thing that's also interesting to point out is this was a Xbox exclusive. Now I know that Xbox exclusives are not necessarily a thing anymore, from what I've been told. I think they're like pulling out of it in general, but I do find it interesting that it's not even going to be on Xbox, according to what the trailer shows. It's not even there. Like, it doesn't list it. It lists it Steam and Epic Store. It doesn't even list Xbox as one of the options anymore.
I wonder. That's a good pickup. I wonder if they were going to be exclusive with Xbox and then got a sweeter deal with Epic Store.
That could be,
because Epic Store seems to have a way of doing that with companies to give them like Alan Wake 2, like a lump sum up front or a guarantee of XYZ when it goes for sale. And it's kind of one of those hard to say no offers just to take the money up front. So maybe that's what's going on with it. I'm curious now. I don't see Epic Games. And oh, by the way, this is on Steam. So why would it say Epic Games if it's on Steam? That's the other thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's very confusing. And then when you go to their website, it says wishlist now. So it's not exclusive to Epic.
Well, yeah, but as you can see, it says it's a Steam and Epic. So it's not exclusive to Epic, as you said, but it's weird that it was announced as Xbox and it's not.
Right. Now it's just PC. It's not even like Switch 2 or PS5 or anything. It's just PC. That's curious. Yeah, your internet's been going pretty haywire tonight, by the way. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I noticed.
Okay. But anyways, I guess we'll leave this situation there because we don't have too much more to go off of, but I wanted to at least have you to talk about this because it's a very curious situation that we'll definitely be watching to see what comes from it.